Picture a man standing alone on a cliff, not shouting his strength to the world, but feeling it pulse through his veins in quiet certainty. Imagine a mind that sees through the chaos of human interactions like a hawk piercing through fog. Envision a soul that thrives not on applause, but on the unshakable truth of its own compass. This is the Sigma male, and if you're watching this, you're either one of us or curious about the enigma we represent. Welcome to the Sigma male community, where we unravel the mysteries of the independent, self-reliant man who walks his own path with stoic resolve. Today we're diving into 11 normal things Sigmas do that leave others utterly baffled. These aren't quirks, they're the hallmarks of a mindset forged in clarity, purpose, and unyielding authenticity. Stick with us because by the end, you'll see why the world's confusion is just a reflection of our strength. 1. The human radar, observation. Sigmas don't just look at the world, they dissect it with the precision of a master cartographer mapping uncharted lands. Every micro-expression, every subtle shift in tone, every flicker of unease in a room, they catch it all, like a radar tuned to the frequencies of human truth. While others are distracted by surface chatter, Sigmas are compiling an internal dossier, noting the unspoken motives and hidden currents that drive behavior. This isn't about judgment, it's about understanding the raw data of life. They see the chessboard of social dynamics, anticipating moves before the pieces even shift. To the untrained eye, this intense observation might seem like aloofness, but it's the Sigma's way of navigating the world with clarity and foresight, rooted in the stoic practice of seeing things as they truly are, unclouded by emotion or assumption. This hyper-awareness can unsettle those accustomed to superficial interactions. Imagine a Sigma at a crowded party standing quietly not because he's shy, but because he's reading the room like a novel. Every glance, every pause, every forced laugh tells a story. To others this might feel like scrutiny, as if their masks are being gently peeled away. But for the Sigma, it's not about exposing others. It's about building a mental map of reality, one that allows him to move with purpose and avoid the traps of misunderstanding. This stoic discipline of detached observation empowers Sigmas to act with wisdom, choosing their words and actions with the precision of a sculptor chiseling marble, leaving others wondering how they see so much while saying so little. 2. The friendship alchemist, depth over breadth. Sigmas don't collect friends like trophies, they forge connections like a blacksmith crafting a blade, deliberate, selective, and built to last. Small talk is a foreign language they rarely speak. Instead, they seek out those rare souls who spark their intellect, challenge their ideas, or share their unyielding commitment to authenticity. A single conversation that dives into the depths of philosophy, purpose, or truth is worth more to a Sigma than 100 shallow exchanges. This isn't about exclusivity, it's about energy allocation, a stoic principle of investing only in what aligns with one's core values. Their friendships are not networks but sanctuaries, built on mutual respect and shared growth. To the outside world, this selectivity can look like snobbery or detachment, as if Sigmas are too good for casual connections. But picture a Sigma sitting across from a friend, their conversation a dance of ideas, each word chosen with care, each silence heavy with understanding. While others chase popularity, Sigmas seek resonance, knowing that true connection is rare and worth protecting. This reflects the stoic ideal of focusing on what truly matters: quality over quantity, depth over distraction. The confusion others feel stems from their own discomfort with authenticity. They see a Sigma small circle and mistake it for isolation, when it's actually a fortress of meaningful bonds that fuel their inner fire. 3. The silent strategist, purposeful quiet. In a world that equates noise with presence, a Sigma's silence is a weapon of precision. They don't speak to fill space, they speak to cut through it. When they're quiet, it's not because they're lost or disengaged. It's because they're processing, analyzing, and waiting for the moment their words will hit like a well-aimed arrow. This calculated reserve is a hallmark of stoic self-mastery, where every action, including speech, is deliberate and purposeful. Their silence is a canvas, painted with the weight of unspoken insights, allowing them to observe and understand before acting. To others this might seem like passivity, but to a Sigma, it's power in its purest form. Imagine a heated debate where everyone is shouting, yet the Sigma sits calmly, absorbing every argument, every flaw, every emotion. When he finally speaks, his words land with the force of truth, silencing the room. This isn't arrogance, It's the stoic discipline of restraint, knowing that words are most powerful when they're rare and well chosen. Others might misinterpret this as disinterest or shyness, but they miss the strategy at play. The Sigma is conserving energy, ensuring his contribution reshapes the conversation. The confusion arises because the world expects noise, while Sigmas wield silence as a tool of clarity and control, leaving others to wonder at the strength behind their stillness. 4. The unbranded self, authenticity. Sigmas don't wear masks or chase trends. They are their own brand, crafted from the raw material of their values and intellect. Their choices, whether in style, speech, or life path, are not dictated by societal applause but by an internal compass that points unerringly toward truth. Conformity feels like a cage, a betrayal of the self they've worked so hard to understand. This authenticity, rooted in the Stoic principle of living in accordance with one's nature, makes them stand out as originals in a world of copies. To those chasing likes or status, this unwavering self-possession can seem like defiance or eccentricity, but it's simply a refusal to dilute their essence for external approval. Picture a Sigma walking into a room, his presence unadorned by the latest fashion or buzzwords, yet radiating a quiet confidence that draws eyes. He doesn't need to signal his worth, it's woven into his actions, his words, his very being. This stoic commitment to authenticity can baffle those who measure value by external markers, popularity, wealth, or trends. They wonder why he doesn't play the game, not realizing he's playing a different one, where the only score that matters is fidelity to oneself. The confusion others feel is the friction of encountering someone who lives free from the chains of convention, a living testament to the power of being unapologetically true. 5. The emotional architect, non-reaction. When emotions flare, most people react like kindling catching fire, quick, chaotic, and uncontrolled. Sigmas, however, are architects of their inner world, designing their responses with the precision of a master builder. That calm exterior isn't a lack of feeling. It's a control room where every emotion is analyzed, deconstructed, and channeled into deliberate action. This stoic discipline of emotional mastery allows them to feel deeply without being ruled by those feelings. They weigh the trigger, the context, and the consequences before deciding whether to respond or let the moment pass. To others, this can look like coldness, but it's the opposite. A calculated choice to build bridges of understanding rather than burn them in haste. Consider a Sigma facing a heated confrontation. While others shout or crumble, he stands firm, his face a mask of calm as he processes the storm within and around him. This isn't detachment, it's the stoic art of choosing reason over reaction, ensuring his response serves his purpose rather than his passion. Those expecting an outburst are left confused, unable to comprehend how someone can feel so much yet show so little. But for the Sigma, this is strength, constructing a response that aligns with his values, not the chaos of the moment. The world's bewilderment is just a reflection of their own struggle to master the emotional currents Sigmas navigate with ease. Whether you recognize the Sigma blueprint within yourself or you're captivated by its contours from the outside, watching this on the Sigma Male Community channel means you're seeking something beyond the ordinary. Maybe it's validation that your selective energy isn't flawed, but focused. Or perhaps it's insight into that enigmatic presence you can't quite pin down. Forget the boxes society tries to stuff people into. This isn't about labels, it's about understanding a different operating system for life. One built on internal authority, profound observation, and intentional action. The confusion others feel? That's the friction between autopilot and conscious navigation. Keep watching. The map is being redrawn. 6. The sovereign state autonomy. Sigmas are their own nation with borders defined by self-reliance and a currency of internal validation. They don't seek permission or approval. Their decisions are guided by a personal constitution written in the ink of conviction. This fierce autonomy doesn't mean isolation. It means freedom from the need to conform or rely on external validation. Rooted in the Stoic principle of self-sufficiency, Sigmas set their own standards of success, often far higher than society's, and take full ownership of their triumphs and failures. To those who thrive on external guidance, this can seem like lonely exile, but to a Sigma, it's the ultimate liberation. A life lived on their own terms. Imagine a Sigma charting a career path that defies convention, not because he's rebellious, but because it aligns with his vision of purpose. While others look to bosses, peers, or trends for direction, he consults his inner compass, unmoved by the shifting winds of opinion. This stoic independence allows him to weather storms that break others, drawing strength from within rather than without. The world might see his solitude as aloofness, but it's the foundation of his resilience, a sovereign state where he rules with clarity and purpose. The confusion arises because most can't fathom a life where the only approval that matters is your own. 7. The puzzle whisperer, problem solving. Where others see obstacles, Sigmas see intricate puzzles begging to be solved. Their minds are like engines of pattern recognition, fueled by logic and a touch of unconventional creativity. They don't just patch problems, they dismantle them, tracing the roots to uncover the core flaw. This methodical approach, steeped in the stoic virtue of wisdom, allows them to see beyond symptoms to the underlying systems at play. Whether it's a technical challenge or a personal dilemma, they approach it with the calm curiosity of a detective, exploring angles others dismiss as impossible. To the frantic or linear-minded, this can seem slow or strange, but it's the Sigma's way of finding paths others never see. Picture a Sigma faced with a failing project. While others panic or apply quick fixes, he steps back, analyzing the data, testing hypotheses, and crafting a solution that redefines the problem itself. This isn't just problem solving, it's problem whispering, a dialogue with complexity that yields elegant answers. The stoic emphasis on rational thinking guides him, ensuring his solutions are not just effective but enduring. Others might be baffled by his unhurried pace or unconventional methods, but they miss the brilliance of his process, turning chaos into clarity, one carefully considered step at a time. The confusion is simply the world's failure to see the puzzle as a Sigma does, a challenge to be mastered, not feared. 8. The heretic of the hive mind, questioning the obvious. Sigmas are the skeptics of the social script, instinctively challenging what everyone else accepts as truth. Because it's always been done this way, is a red flag, not a reason. They dissect trends, norms, and charismatic promises with the precision of a surgeon, demanding evidence and logic before committing. This isn't contrarianism for its own sake, it's the stoic pursuit of truth, a refusal to be swayed by the herd's momentum. Whether it's questioning a popular gadget's value or a leader's motives, Sigmas seek substance over shine. To those swept up in the crowd, this skepticism can seem like defiance, but it's really a shield against manipulation and a tool for uncovering deeper realities. Imagine a Sigma in a meeting where everyone nods along to a flashy proposal. He's the one asking, does this actually solve the problem? What's the cost? His questions aren't meant to disrupt, they're meant to clarify, to ensure alignment with reason and purpose. This stoic commitment to intellectual integrity can unsettle those who follow the crowd, mistaking his probing for negativity. But for the Sigma, questioning is a form of navigation, a way to chart a course through the noise of convention to the quiet truth beneath. The confusion others feel is the discomfort of having their assumptions exposed, while the Sigma simply seeks a better way. 9. The ghost in the spotlight, low profile. In an age of relentless self-promotion, Sigmas move like shadows, their influence felt rather than flaunted. They don't crave the spotlight, they radiate impact through actions, insights, and quiet competence. Attention is a tool they wield sparingly, only when it serves a purpose, not a need for validation. This stoic humility, valuing character over applause, allows them to contribute meaningfully without needing to be seen. They slip in, make a difference, and slip out, leaving others to wonder how so much was accomplished with so little fanfare. To a world obsessed with visibility, this low profile can seem like a lack of ambition, but it's a deliberate choice to prioritize substance over show. Picture a Sigma in a group project, offering a game-changing idea without claiming credit, then stepping back as others bask in the glory. His power lies not in being noticed, but in knowing his worth without needing external confirmation. This stoic detachment from ego baffles those who equate success with spotlight. They can't understand why he doesn't shout his achievements, not realizing he's playing a deeper game, one where the real work happens in the shadows of focus, not the glare of attention. The confusion is the world's inability to see that true influence doesn't need a stage. It reshapes the room quietly, irrevocably. 10. The solitude forge, comfort in alone time. For Sigmas, solitude isn't loneliness, it's a forge where their mind and spirit are refined. Alone time is where they recharge, reflect, and wrestle with ideas, emerging sharper and more centered. Crowds can drain, silence restores. This isn't a rejection of others but a stoic recognition that inner peace is cultivated in quiet moments. They dive into passions, process observations, and recalibrate their compass, finding clarity that the noise of the world often drowns out. To those who thrive on constant connection, this love of solitude can seem antisocial, but for Sigmas, it's the source of their strength. Imagine a Sigma retreating to a quiet corner with a book or a project, not because he's escaping but because he's building. In those moments he's forging insights, crafting solutions, and reconnecting with his core. This stoic practice of self-reflection allows him to return to the world not out of need, but out of choice, bringing a clarity that others can't replicate. The world might see his solitude as isolation, but it's a sanctuary where he hones his edge, ready to engage on his terms. The confusion comes from a society that fears silence, unable to grasp that for a Sigma, it's where the real work of growth happens. 11. The mental cartographer, different thinking. Sigmas don't just think, they map the world in ways others can't fathom. Their minds weave connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, charting paths through intellectual terrain that others see as flat. "That won't work" is a challenge, not a verdict, prompting them to explore unorthodox solutions with the confidence of a stoic trusting in reason. Their thinking is multidimensional, blending logic with creativity to uncover possibilities hidden from conventional minds. To those bound by linear thought, this can seem bizarre or impractical, but it's the Sigma's ability to see the bigger picture that sets them apart. Picture a Sigma solving a problem by combining insights from philosophy, science, and intuition, arriving at a solution that leaves others stunned by its originality. This stoic commitment to independent thought allows him to navigate complexity with ease, trusting his mental map even when it diverges from the beaten path. Others might be confused by his unconventional approach, mistaking it for randomness, but it's the deliberate work of a mind that sees beyond the obvious. The confusion is the world's struggle to keep up with a Sigma's vision, which charts futures others haven't yet imagined, proving that the greatest discoveries lie off the well-trodden road. As we close this journey through the 11 things Sigmas do that confuse the world, take a moment to reflect. If you're a Sigma, you've likely seen yourself in these traits, recognizing the strength in your quiet power, your unyielding authenticity, your relentless pursuit of truth. If you're not, you've gained a window into a mindset that thrives beyond the noise of convention. The Sigma male community is your guide, your compass, your forge for crafting a life of purpose and resilience. Don't let this be just another video, let it be a spark. Like this video to show your support, drop a comment with your thoughts or experiences, and share it with someone who needs to understand the Sigma way. If you're already subscribed, hit that notification bell to stay locked into our journey. If you're new, join the Sigma male community by subscribing now, and let's keep redrawing the map together. Until next time, stay true, stay strong, and keep walking your path.